Golden Stories presents another jaw-dropping tale that will leave you speechless. This one is pure venom, pure humiliation, and pure unpredictability. If you're ready, buckle in, because this story is about to go nuclear. It all began in a small, picture-perfect suburban town, the kind of place where the grass is trimmed like military haircuts and the people smile just a little too hard for comfort. At the center of it all was a black teenager named Jordan, quiet, polite, just trying to live without stepping on anyone's shiny little lawn. But that's where the trouble started, because in this town, being black wasn't just different, it was a bullseye. The racist clan that ran the local high school, a pack of sneering white boys with oversized egos and undersized intelligence, made Jordan their favorite sport. They called him Charcoal Monkey Boy and every other toxic slur you could imagine. They'd shove his books into the mud, slam lockers on him, trip him in the cafeteria while spilling milk on his clothes, then laugh so hard they'd choke on their own arrogance. One day, they circled him in the parking lot after school. Brett, their ringleader, leaned in so close, Jordan could smell the cheap cologne and rotten tobacco. "You think you belong here? This is our town. You're just a stain someone forgot to clean up." The others cackled, recording on their phones like hyenas, hoping for likes. Jordan stood silent, fists tight, eyes low. They thought it meant fear. To them, he looked weak, fragile, and easy prey. What they didn't know, what not one of them could have guessed, was that the boy they mocked carried a secret that could shatter their smug little world in seconds. Viewers, if you're enjoying this toxic buildup, don't forget to like and subscribe for more golden stories. The next morning, the clan strutted into school like conquering heroes, replaying their video of Jordan on their phones, laughing so loud even the teachers didn't dare interrupt. Brett boasted, "See that face? That's the face of a boy who knows he doesn't belong." His friends howled, one even choking on his soda. They were so sure of their power, so convinced the system bent to them, they couldn't imagine life serving them anything but victory. By lunch, they had Jordan cornered again, this time in the cafeteria. Brett hopped onto a table like some self-declared king and shouted, "This here's our pet project. He's what happens when the zoo forgets to lock the cage." The cafeteria roared with mixed reactions. Some students chuckled nervously, others shifted uncomfortably, but nobody stood up. Phones were out, cameras rolling, their humiliation campaign immortalized in pixels. Jordan stayed quiet, his expression unreadable. He didn't beg, he didn't lash out. He just took the blows with a calm that only infuriated them further. Brett shoved his tray to the floor. "Pick it up, boy, that's your place. On your knees." The silence that followed was suffocating. Jordan didn't move. He stared Brett down, and for the first time a flicker of unease crossed Brett's face. But of course, he covered it with another slur, spitting the words like poison. What no one in that room knew was that Jordan wasn't alone. His father, silent, watchful, and far more dangerous than anyone could imagine, had already caught wind of what was happening. A man whose name carried weight in places these boys couldn't even spell, and he was on his way. If you're hooked on this toxic humiliation and suspense, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to Golden Stories. The video of Jordan being mocked was spreading like wildfire. By the next morning, it wasn't just the cafeteria whispering, the entire school buzzed like flies over rotten meat. Brett strutted down the hallway like a cheap king, soaking up fake laughs and back slaps from kids who thought cruelty was comedy. His voice carried loud and sharp. "Hey, zoo boy, better polish my sneakers before class. Don't want the mud from your jungle messing up my shine." His crew doubled over, wheezing, recording, enjoying their own filth. Every word stung Jordan, but his calmness was surgical, almost unnerving. He never barked back, never swung a fist. Instead, he carried himself with a strange poise, like a soldier biding his time. The tension reached its boiling point that Friday night. The clan of racists cornered him near the gym lockers, their smirks wider than the Mississippi. Brett leaned in close, his spit flying as he snarled, "You're alone. Nobody's coming to save you. Not here. Not ever." His hand shoved Jordan against the metal lockers with a bang that echoed like gunfire. The crew roared, one voice jeering, "Call the jungle drums. Maybe your tribe will come dance you out." Laughter ricocheted down the hall, cruel and deafening. And yet, Jordan smiled. Just a flicker, but enough to rattle Brett. That grin was too calm, too sharp, like he knew something they didn't. Brett's chest puffed, masking a sudden sting of doubt. Wipe that grin off, boy, before a voice cut through, deep, commanding, and ice cold. Before you what? The hallway froze. Brett's gang turned, color draining from their faces. Standing in the shadows was a tall figure, presence heavier than iron, boots planted firm, eyes lethal. Viewers, if you're feeling this heat, don't forget to like and subscribe. The fire's just beginning. The hallway fell silent as the man stepped into the light. Broad shoulders, steel gray hair, veins of discipline running through every inch of him. This wasn't some random dad pulled off a sofa. This was Commander Hayes, retired Navy SEAL, Jordan's father. Brett's smirk evaporated instantly, replaced by a nervous twitch. His crew shuffled back, their swagger dissolving faster than cheap ice. Commander Hayes' voice was low but carried the weight of a gavel. So this is the circus, a pack of boys who think strength comes from ganging up on one kid. Brett tried to laugh it off, his voice cracking. We were just joking, sir. No harm. But Hayes stepped closer, his boots striking like gunshots. Jokes? His glare burned through Brett's skull. Since when does humiliation become comedy? Since when does cowardice dress itself as power? The boys wilted, shuffling, eyes darting for an exit. Hayes' voice rose, slicing through their souls. You've spent weeks making a spectacle out of my son. Tonight, you get to be the spectacle. From the shadows, phones lifted. Students filmed every second. The predators had become prey. Brett stammered, You can't talk to us like that. Hayes leaned down, his whisper sharp as a blade. Son, I've stared terrorists in the eye. You think your little insults scare me? The crowd howled with laughter, their cheers battering Brett's fragile ego. Then, with calculated precision, Hayes ordered Jordan to speak. The boy lifted his chin, voice steady. You wanted me on my knees, but look at you now, kneeling to your own fear. Gasps erupted. Brett's knees buckled, his face pale as chalk. Cameras zoomed in. The humiliation was immortalized, uploaded, spreading like wildfire. Golden Stories, where wickedness always meets its reckoning. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that expose the ugly and honor the strong.